saw the world from the other side, but it's alright.
So I'm thinking that she feels that she has the spirit of Abraham Lincoln, and she has trapped the spirit of Charlie Chaplin. I mean, does she really have them? She thinks she does.
That's funny.
So she has some, some kind of entities or whatever who are playing out these roles. Spying? Yeah, little spies. What did you do to them when you saw them?
I had ignored it because I wanted to talk to you first. Because it like really caught me off guard because I haven't like watched anything with Abraham Lincoln and Charlie Chaplin.
Well, just when entities like that show up, you just always use your tools. You just do your containment.
Okay.
Anyone who shows up, you do containment. Light beings consider that the secret handshake, because if they're light, they won't go away, which means that they're cool. But because this realm is so crazy, you don't know who's pretending to be what. So when you use my containment, it literally filters out things that vibrate below what they call the line of demarcation that in the realms of extreme imbalance. And those who are above, who are in more balance into higher balance, will not be affected by it. And sometimes, as Ms. Abe had experienced in the past, she's busy trying to contain this person before I told her, it doesn't hurt, light beings, and if they're still standing there, they're a light being. Usually, these ones, they get all freaked out and they start trying to run away. So these guys just contain them next time you see them. But actually, what you're going to do, you're just going to go back in the picture, you mind seeing them,
Okay.
and now you're going to contain them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And you're containing, and you're going to grab hold of that containment ball and into the vortex of no return. You just make a motion if you want, the vortex of no return. Like that. Okay. So when you're coughing, that's a good sign when you start to cough, because you're empathing what you're doing. And when you're throwing them, you're throwing something that was affected that might have been, creeped out as well.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. I'm gonna have to lay some open the can on somebody.
Yeah, after that situation with the witch and the guy coming up to us asking us where we live and everything, that whole night for Nellie and I, the witch kept popping up in her head, and that's what was making it more clear to us that she had something to do with it. But even when I would like try to go to the bathroom at night, it would like be like, oh, she's gonna pop out of the toilet and her head is gonna hit your butt, or she's standing there, and I'm like, she is not in this house. She is not allowed in this house, and just contain. And if she wants to be in the toilet when I use the bathroom, then she's gonna get on some stuff on her.
Well, that would actually be pretty funny.
Yeah.
She's getting what she wasn't expecting,
Probably the mushroom though. Just to avoid it.
I don't know if you said that, maybe if someone else was talking about the toilets were flushing themselves at one point. Yeah. But I'm going to just, with this idiot.
Stubborn.
Yeah, there's a lot of stubbornness, but it's that realizing that they're running a program like a computer or like a robot or something. So you slap them, and then they go, bump in the wall, and then they come back. Slap, hit the wall until you slap them enough till they can't move anymore. Literally, that's how I've had to deal with some of these individuals recently. So I would say her thing is feeding. She senses the energy, and she wants it. and she can't figure out why she can't get in to get it. Because she's used to the people not knowing anything, thinking that all this witch stuff is some, glamorous TV crap, when she's what a witch looks like. Amongst others, they're not really glamorous, these people who do this stuff. All these other ones who think they're witches, they're little half witches or something like that, and they're stepping into things where they don't, they have no idea what they're getting involved in. And I can guarantee you that there's a whole lot of them that really, really drug once they get into that, because the higher ones who know how it works are feeding on them. They're literally suckers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just literally tap into her.
Someone said her ego compels her to keep trying. Like how could I be locked up? It's me, of course.
Yeah, we've had some, guys here who thought that they had all this great chi and stuff. Bunch of negative people who want to, say that they're light and all this business. They're anything but people don't know because they can't feel them because they're so shut down, and they just buy into these individuals being light. Some literally, I guess, attack me, but I have a lot of backing on the other side, and they did the deal for it. And I wasn't even thinking about it. Someone brings this random information to me. And with a number of other people who have been very disingenuous about how they dealt with me. I'm very genuine with folks. I'm very, as you know, I'm try to be as gracious as possible, and I'm serious about helping. But there are individuals out there who are just very, very selfish. And this woman who's, you said has been stalking around your house also.
Yeah.
It's just another egotistical, selfish bitch, literally. And she wants, they don't really care about what happens to you. They just want what you have.
Mm-hmm.
So when I contained her, you coughed, I didn't hear her the usual, like, because she's already weak. And she's in a desperation mode. The goofy guy that came and harassed you guys at the pool, yeah, he's just a pawn. So he doesn't even know why he's standing there. He's such an idiot. And literally, she could have control over him.
Oh,
And she has control over a number of these people. You said she was talking to some older woman and telling her about her cat who has human eyes and all this other stuff. When most folks are just like, you're kind of weird, but this woman's just still standing there. She's corkscrewing people, spreading herself around with a little fat dog or whatever it is that she has walking around with her little familiar. She's doing spells and incantations and so on. But the problem is that people don't have enough essence anymore to feed the density because of the changes on the planet. As the vibrations get higher, it makes it less, I should say that it minimizes the amount of, I guess, essence that these guys can consume. So even within that whole complex, she's wandering around yours because her and the things that around her can tap in and can sense her energy. And that's very, it's very simple. She wants that energy.
I made a joke. I was like, next time she walks by the balcony, I'm gonna just throw some salt on top of her head.
Yeah, I mean, they go, oops. I mean, it's pretty intense stuff. I've done exorcisms where I had used it, where Ms. A, had you put it on the woman's feet.
On her chest.
And her feet, didn't really react or anything. But when I put it on her chest, it was like a vampire in sunlight. I started kicking and all this stuff. So yeah, see what happens. Actually, it'd be interesting if you just just throw a little dusting of it out there
Yeah.
and see what happens,
Oh,
And,
fuck.
and just,
fuck.
and if you can, video and see what happens and see what, what her little dog does or whatever and what she does.
Okay.
Someone said something. Should I say it?
Okay. All right, clearance.
Clearance, all right. They said, yes, like you said, spread it and then go outside and do, be visible. Because like you said, if you come out, they come out. And
Yeah.
then they'll go over it. So-
Yeah, I mean, try some experiments. Also, just even at the pool. You have a little flower salt, and you just do a little sprinkle across the entrance, and then go in. And see
Cool.
how
Okay.
many, and just check out the reaction. And certain individuals may approach and then decide otherwise and leave, or they won't come into that area. They won't cross over that threshold. Okay, so so with her, that's literally what you're dealing with. You're dealing with people are hungry, are very hungry. The woman in the store, she's just looking for help, but you're in the midst of a battle. You have to move forward. We don't have time to do charity for everyone. And there's been a number of consciousness and people who wanted or they wanted to get assistance from me, and even with one of the paranormal investigators in training on their show. I think you might have watched it. With the younger Marley talking about I don't think we aired that one yet, have we?
Which one?
With the guy in the pottery and the statue. Okay, where this person I've never met, but he's telling her to ask me to help him.
Oh.
I have no idea, how he knows about me. Maybe has to do with maybe he was a friend of the mother of Mother and the kid. So maybe that's how he knows about me. Probably she's talked about me, but just he's trapped in this item, and people just have to watch the show, to find out further the story.
Sailing on a ship through the darkened skies. Let's take a ride. Ooh, waving through the crowd on the other side. Ooh, waving through the wall from this cosmic ride. Maybe it's alright.
So again, all I'm just saying, don't be surprised if you feel individuals, being drawn to you, and you can tame them, and they're still kind of like hovering. That's usually someone who's in there wants some help. But again, we have to, stay on point and stay on mission. Yeah. So, okay.
I was gonna say I have more stuff to share with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's move on.
Okay, so the unit's grandmother, who already transitioned a long time ago,
1 second. Is it worth it? Doesn't affect me, stupid. They're all retarded. Okay. We may continue. Someone showed up with this one, and let's see. I have a special tag for you. Okay. You can start again.
Okay. The unit's grandmother, who already transitioned, after you told me about the coconut dish that the unit makes isn't good to make because it conjures them.
Never saw the world from the other side, but it's alright.
make soup, Nellie and and I instantly thought of this vegetable soup. But then I realized their unit's grandma would make that and I would eat that and it would like comfort me, even though she was really mean to me. So Nellie was upstairs and I was downstairs in the kitchen. I was like, should I make this? And then I heard a voice in my head saying, now, Chief already told you, are you gonna do this or are you gonna listen to him? So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. Let me make gumbo or jambalaya or something different. And all of a sudden, with my mind eye, I could see his grandmother standing next to me and she was upset because I decided not to make the dish. And after that happened, I was making sorghum. And so I was pouring the sorghum into the pot and it's almost as if she pushed my hand to make it spill a lot into the pot. And then I kind of burned my finger. It's like everything happened like boom, 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 boom. And then I was chopping veggies and I almost chopped the tip of my thumb off. It got caught in my nail. And so I was just like, okay, let me contain and then use all the tools and like, punch and all that stuff. But yeah.
So, what happened after you used the tools?
She went away.
Yeah. Yeah, and if she's out there, let's see.
Still wondering.
Hey, Granny. You got some spells in your soup, huh? I tell you, they're nuts. They're just like little beasts. Just crazy little beasts.
Ooh, my stomach's starting to get upset because something I'm going to have to tell you. So I have 4 roses tattooed on me, and after that moment, it clicked in my head. She has 2 other sisters, so her name is Rose, the other one is Rosilia, and then the other one is Rosie. And then her mom's name is Rosita. So I didn't know if that tied in with why I got the tattoos.
I would say they did tie into it. Yeah, that ties into it. Okay. So you have them on the stomach area?
The tattoos are on my left forearm, but I would just say my stomach was getting really queasy because I was getting ready to tell you that.
All right. Containing them, no matter where they are. Welcome. Now we have, there's certain aspects to certain individuals being around, so they can be fragmented. Let's see, fragmented. I get her. Got her. In the room. Now, she shouldn't show up again. And I know that you were talking last time about when you were doing the photo shoot, and it felt like someone was trying to push you down the stairs when you were going down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you feel anything coming from that particular individual, in the last several days?
No, just every now and then they might pop up in my head, but I'll just contain, energy slap, use a sword, whatever I feel like doing. Even the brass knuckles and stuff like that. Like I've been having fun with that. But yeah.
Okay, the grandma unit, which you heard me speaking to her, is that she puts stuff in the food. She puts, her intent in the food. And there are individuals, they may not even put like herbs or anything. They actually put their actual intent by talking into the food. So control someone that, who's going to be eating the food, they'll talk into the food and direct it at that particular person. So you've had a lot of this stuff that's been going on since you were a little kid, where, it's like being born into a bevy of witches and warlocks, So anyway, if you want to go to If you want to move on, or you still wanted to add something to that with the what happened when you were cooking?
No, that's about it. With the roses too, I plan on getting it covered up with the phoenix instead of not getting the phoenix on my back.
Okay. But yeah, I did say talk about not adding any new tattoos, but doing cover-ups. And there's this promo for in this world around roses. And I think I might have mentioned it on one of the forums, but I never mentioned it on the paranormal report. And as the ladies will tell you through the muscle testing that roses are not good. So they symbolize actually things that have to do with satanic stuff. So when the system is supporting certain things, it's always wrong. Whatever they're supporting, if they're supporting it big time, it's wrong. Just like they promote diamonds. Diamonds are wrong also. So these are things that actually will make you more vulnerable than anything else. And they may think certain roses are pretty or whatever, but roses, I don't know. I never like the smell of them for one.
Yeah, they kind of have like a poopy smell.
Yeah. There are a lot of flowers that just don't have a PR behind them. That smell a lot nicer than roses.
Yeah.
Another one that that are not really a good flower to deal with as well. So anyway, we can with the roses, and that's my little piece on the rose. We can move to the next thing that you have.
Yes, I don't remember if I told you this. It's been happening for a couple of months. Every now and then it'll pop up, but there's like these gruesome things that I see with my mind eye. It's like a dark tunnel, but in this dark tunnel, it's like a bunch of satanic human trafficking, but there's a lot of dense beings there, and it's like as if I'm placed in there, but I'm my avatar, and I have your tools, but I have to walk down the tunnel to escape, but the darker it gets, the more dense it feels to where I have to wake myself up because I'm like, this is too much for me to handle at the moment. But it's like I can feel everyone's pain, and yeah, like I'm starting to like feel the things that I'm seeing like in the healing training that we had. Yeah, but it's like very, very intense and bloody and bad.
Well, that's not, I should say, a stranger to that type of stuff in the past. And you just keep with your tools and so on. And you deal with what you feel comfortable dealing with. You have to pop out, which is good that you can actually jump out of the dream, because sometimes people are stuck in it and then it becomes a nightmare for them. So at least you're able to jump out. And then actually what I would suggest that you do, you put a major containment around that whole scene. So you're putting a major containment. So there's no limitations to how big your containment can be. You can contain the whole state if you want to. Now, it's not so, easy. Also, I contain and I clear everything. It doesn't really work that way. But these things that are like these images like that, you contain these images in your mind or dream will be caught up in that containment as well. So whoever is creating and whoever's are creating those images. And then I just do a little pull. I pull right into there. And then right into the vortex, no return. I would say what I'm going to have you do right now, you're going to do, see that image in your mind. So you contain the whole thing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, shit.
to double it for you? So let's see if you got hold of it. Yes, you did. You sent it on its way. Yes, you did.
No.
And done. Now, do you feel anything now that you've done that? Can you feel anything?
I feel better. As I was doing it, the victims that were being portrayed in that vision or whatever, they were saying, "No, don't leave us here." And then I was just like, let me just continue to contain. And then my back started to hurt a little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah, and whatever is talking to you, in there, if they're vibrating so low, it doesn't, to have compassion for them is not really, the word shouldn't even exist in this battle. So you just send them on their way. The ladies will sort them out if there's anything to be sorted out. So if you just move it out of your way. I'm for business. I have somewhere to go, So I need to get rid of all these individuals who are, focusing on me, which means you have to get rid and literally annihilate, which is what I do when we're having these sessions, annihilating all of their little helpers and so on and so forth. And, again, like I said, they're just really like they're computerized or something. They're just like zombies who walk right into it again. And, or new ones, because the old ones, they're gone for good, guaranteed. So there's plenty of density still left, but a whole lot that's not here anymore. So just keep, So it's like whatever your destination is, anything that gets in the way, it's like, oh, can you help me? And you're like, let me contain you first. Sorry, dude, I'm going over here. Don't try to distract me. So I was going to say something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. Something with that. Right. So you saw.
What was that?
So you said the showed up in the putting a block.
Someone said he was focusing, but he's actually just quite curious and interested in you, partially to feed.
Yeah, well, yeah, they would be at this point. Interesting. Yeah. That's him and his attachments. Really? Man, you got something.
He's talking about offers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I felt too. He's so shady that it's kind of hard to.
Well, as you know, I don't trust anybody on the street planet. So.
I'm smelling like cologne or shit on him, Chief. Yo, back up. You're too close.
Yeah, something's
Oh, I'm starting to smell the cologne too. I'm starting to smell the cologne too.
Yeah,
starting to smell it.
Too strong.
Yeah, he's yeah, he's, I don't know, maybe he's using it to try to, squash the scent of death that's on him. Smells the death on it. So he wants me to break his contract.
He doesn't know how to get to you.
He doesn't know how to get to me. And I'm not going to do any favors, dude. So.
And he thinks, maybe Saiyr will put in the good word for me. That's how he talks in my head anyway. Oh, it's so strong, the smell, Chief. Back off, man. You're too
Man, I'm going to contain you.
Yeah, I think because the decay is so strong on him that he has times, and it's way too strong.
And now it's cigarettes.
Yeah.
So I won't beat you up.
Thank you.
But I'm going to we'll move out right now.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, thank you. Phew, I felt like I was gonna be asphyxiated.
Yeah, there's individuals who want me, so I've had other individuals try to go through other people to get to me. So anyhow, and you were saying that maybe we have to do it the next time because you had a really cool story that you were going to tell me. We could go a little over just to get that one about the unit, or have you changed your mind about that with her getting?
Oh no, I can share, and I'll just say the individual.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, so the more I have sessions with you, the more that these memories come back and they're more clear. And so I have this memory of this individual being possessed during a satanic ritual, and everyone, the two individuals that you know, the units, being there, saying their chants, that individual holding a book, reading out of it, me being forced to watch it, and the individual with her eyes pitch black and like making screeching noises, and me crying and not wanting to watch it, but being forced to like look into the eyes and watch it. And this individual, as we would grow up, she would attack me a lot. There was a moment where she charged at me with 2 sharp kitchen knives. Another time, I was walking up the stairs and I didn't see her, and she started throwing light bulbs and chairs down the stairs at me. It's just very, very intense and weird, but yeah.
With her, I think there's some past expression stuff going on there. So, and from the energy that I got from even when you mentioned this individual before, and even when Ms. A had observed some of your the videos when you were with the group, that there was this kind of energy that seemed like it wanted to minimize you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she didn't like you.
No.
And doesn't like you. And again, there's no accident as far as like density is concerned that you ended up where you ended up, growing up where you grew up and having certain individuals around you and certain individuals in that that space that literally hated you, but you had more than just one. So again, this has to do with what your vibration is and what your past is. And we addressed a little bit of it, and we'll see how much we're going to keep in, just to keep things more private for yourself, having to do with your past expressions. So yeah, I would say that this person is, would fashion themselves as a bit of a tormentor. Now, would you remember anything, well, other than that being a tormentor, throwing chairs and so on and so forth at you? Now, when she was doing that, did you see that her eyes were black or something like that? Or you just could see this rage or sense it?
Definitely a lot of rage. It would look like you know how 3D, the red and the blue, they overlap each other?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I see her avatar, but then I also see like a demonic like little kid type of thing, pretending to be the kid, but has like so much anger towards me, to where I'll see like the eyes be pitch black, like when a shark smells blood.
Okay. All right. So, man, okay. So, as I'm tuning into her and tuning into the stuff that's around her, what we're going to do is this exercise. I don't know if I had you do this one yet, where you picture that individual. It can be full body or whatever. Picture that individual, and then you're going to say this to the associates, to the ladies, that show me the truth, and then tell me what you see happen.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing. Okay.
Excuse me, her stuff. Dude, that's cloning and back. Okay, so tell me what you see.
I saw her shapeshift into like this slimy reptilian
Okay.
with snake-like eyes that are yellow and just like back hunched over, talons, stinky, like this smell odor type of thing coming out of her.
Okay. Were you seeing the truth? Yes, you were. And